Welcome back to Podcast by Committee. You guys are our committee. We are super ecstatic to be back for our first week of the new season of this podcast. It's been a while, but you may notice the intro looks a little bit different from our usual setup. That is because the original intro was cut out. Graham will be in the rest of the podcast, don't worry. Barely.
He's very quiet. That is a warning we want to put here. He is.
Yes.
He had some technical issues, it seems. So
don't breathe when Graham is talking. You might just miss it.
He's just here for the looks, anyways. You weren't listening to him.
Yeah. But we will tell him to get closer to his microphone next week. Don't worry. But the rest of the episode should still be a blast. But glad to have you guys back. We're excited for this new season. Expect weekly episodes. But yeah, really psyched to be back.
Good morning. Joe's kind of screaming when we actually start the actual episode, so watch out for that.
Oh yeah. Volume warning, because I'm. In the day we recorded, I was super pumped up. I'm still pumped up, but now it's just like a extra recording bit. So let's get into the episode.
Yep, let's get into it. Enjoy.
It has been so long. We are back. Graham's connection's already horrible. Back like we never left. Oh my gosh, it feels great. I mean, the fans are coming back in droves. I don't know what to say. Football's back. We're back. It's week 2. We missed week 1. Don't worry about it. I am Joe, joined by my co-hosts.
We got too busy.
Yeah, we got a little busy. But I am Joe, joined by my co-hosts, Graham Pixely Irwin and Logan Hackman.
Yes, sir.
How are you guys doing?
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm fine.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's it.
That's it? Nothing else? You've been away for like 8 months and there's nothing else?
No, they know. They keep up.
All right. I believe it. Graham?
So for me, I know you guys noticed the biggest change probably in your lives. I mean, it's not that big for me, but I did get a haircut. So that's really big for the community.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of you like modeling your hair after me, and you know what? That's a bold move, but like I respect it, So I'm just happy to be back, happy to be watching football again.
Yeah. I think like over the course of the break, all of our hair has begun to look the same, which is really quite weird.
Are we just melding into the same person?
I think we are melding into the same person. That's the podcast by committee culture over here. So week 2 came and went. The offense was either really, really good or just disgustingly bad. And I guess I can start off. We usually talk about our teams, don't we? It's been so long I forgot.
I don't want to.
But you don't want? You think I want to?
Yeah,
you think I want to?
Want to?
I have to.
Graham doesn't want to. We should just skip.
I have to rant. It's been a rough week. Okay, I had to watch.
How about we talk about the teams that beat us?
I can.
Saints are looking good, man.
Dude, I had to watch this Colts game with a Chiefs fan in my dorm room who was hanging it over my head the whole time. Listen, we can't stop the run.
Did your ex-quarterback get a game ball after the game that he did not play in?
He did not play. He did not. That's rough.
That was probably the worst moment of my life.
At least you guys were like expecting to lose, kind of. Not really.
Yeah, I was expecting to lose.
I was.
Russell Wilson played, I was expecting to lose.
I was expecting to win, but we allowed like 200 rushing yards in the first half, and DeForest Buckner destroyed his ankle.
And started he really?
Well, he's
fine,
it's
though?
better than I thought he was done for the year, but
he's not though.
It looked like he was crushed, but he's on like short-term IR, so he'll be back after like 4 games, I think, which is insane.
I didn't even see that. I don't know. I missed
it was a bad-looking injury, but no, he came back, or he didn't come back, but he will be coming back. The Colts couldn't stop the run. Anthony Richardson regressed from week 1 after a fantastic performance. The defense looked horrible.
9 completions,
All right. Jonathan Taylor was really the only part of the offense that looked okay, and then I guess the line as well wasn't bad. Richardson really had a poor game. And the defense was just atrocious. And Matt Gay missed a field goal. So thanks, Matt Gay. And we lost. So yeah, that was really tough on me. So Graham, how about them Cowboys?
Don't worry, the Saints dropped like 90 on us.
Yeah.
You know what though? I honestly, somewhere in me hopes that we do poorly this year, so people stop hating us like so bad.
Not gonna happen.
I feel like you can't do poorly after you pay your quarterback and wide receiver duo.
Oh yeah,
most important thing.
Yeah.
Every time I go onto Instagram and I start scrolling, it's like Eagles fan reacting to the Cowboys game. Oh my gosh, Barber's so bad. $60 million for that. No, dude, please let me live my life.
No,
I can't watch this.
You signed up for this.
But you know what? And you know what the worst part is?
What's the worst part?
Wait. Was I engaged before on the last episode?
Probably not.
I don't know.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, Graham got engaged.
Okay, so I'm now
Yeah, Graham got engaged.
Committee
to applause. But,
to the game. He
it's
got
like
engaged to the
communal.
game.
Aubrey's gonna be a communal wife here for the
Whoa, we can.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Slow down! Slow down!
Whoa!
Slow down!
No, I'm kidding.
Engagement off? Question mark?
No,
Cool in paradise.
This would be a crazy way to announce that.
No, but my fiance randomly chose. I've read her the list of the 32 teams in the NFL, and right before the game, she said, "I think I'm gonna like the Saints." I was like, "Are you sure?"
Objectively, the worst name in the NFL, right there.
Oh man.
Yeah. And she was like, she sent me like the score at the end of the game on Instagram. And was like,
So she's dedicated now.
like,
Did she know that they were playing the Cowboys?
No.
That's
She didn't know
crazy.
a thing, a single thing.
Dude, you guys got
G
Panthers.
jersey in the mail.
You guys got
Come in.
Panthers. That's crazy. Carolina, in a sense.
Carolina.
No, we did not.
Moving on to news and notes. Not a ton this week. I added in some funny ones just because, Felipe Franks mentioned.
Do you have a target this week?
I don't think so. I think you should know more than I. Former Florida quarterback turned tight end, if anyone's wondering.
I can tell you, if
He got some snaps. I'm pretty sure he got some snaps.
Yeah?
What's
No,
the
he-
news?
I
What's
don't
the news
think
about
it's
him?
not. It's good news. So I don't know if you're correct.
I just saw him on the box score, so I thought that meant he got snaps.
Okay, I'll get to it. Don't worry. I'll get to it. Starting off, probably the biggest news and news I really didn't expect. Bryce Young. I guess I could have. Bryce Young is benched for Andy Dalton.
You didn't expect that?
I didn't. I thought they would give him a couple more weeks of leeway. Panthers off to one of the worst starts ever. Really, just getting trounced.
We'll be talking about them later. Maybe in the
Will we?
upsets category.
Oh no,
Come on.
dude! You
Oh,
can't
no.
be doing this. No, Andy Dalton, the Red Rifle, will start, and hopefully, the Panthers will turn it around. Although I was cheering for an 0-17 season just because it'd be funny and really interesting to me.
That'd be awesome.
But any instant reactions, guys? Do you think Bryce Young deserved to be benched, or do you think
Yeah.
they should have given him more time?
I don't think he deserved to be benched, except I don't see anything that the Panthers could do other than bench him right now.
Sure.
Like, you've got to
Like-
make some change on that offense.
Mhm.
You aren't going to help
And
him
it's
by
not like
keeping
they
him
can
in, I
sign-
think.
Right. It's not like you can sign an entire offensive line that functions right
Mhm.
now. Like,
It's not like he's
possible.
developing right now. He's
Because
only
a lot of people are like, "Hey, just throw him out there and he'll develop." But
That's
the
not how it
team's so bad, he's
Yeah.
not going to develop. Like
That's why-
Like
that's
Caleb
why-
Williams, sure,
yeah.
or
Like if you're in a
But-
Caleb Williams situation, that might work. But he's not. He's not
he's
even
in
close
the
to
worst quarterback situation in the NFL.
that. He's in the Bryce Young situation. So, I mean, I think looking back, we may have overblown a couple of the moves Carolina made, like signing Deontay Johnson
Right.
and a couple offensive linemen. So I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. Bryce Young may have played his last game as a Panther, but that's all for that.
I don't think
story.
it's that far.
I don't
I
either.
think it's that bad. But
I think they could take.
It's a good tagline though. Don't you
True,
think?
put that in the name.
Last game as a Panther, and it's like him in
We're
like a
just gonna be
Vikings
on
jersey.
clickbait now.
What?
Clickbait. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Podcast by clickbait.
Trouble in Carolina. It's a picture of him and Felipe Franks.
Was there already
Right.
not
Yeah,
trouble in
inside-
Carolina?
No. They're
This
in
is
a
the
Super
first
Bowl.
mention of trouble.
Just in trouble in Carolina.
Next one we already talked about. DeForest Buckner officially placed on IR. Expected to be back at some point this season. Boring, I know. I already talked about it. Tua Tagovailoa officially placed on IR with the concussion. Scary situation.
He's fine, though.
Is he fine?
Yeah, I eyeballed it, and I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Should he
Yeah.
retire?
I think he should retire.
Because he's not. I heard he's not.
Oh,
He's not.
for
He
sure.
won't. I don't think he will, but I think he should. Realistically, I think he
If
should.
you're
fair.
not willing to put your life on the line for football, who even are
I have a money question.
Sure.
Is it appropriate to ask the money question?
What do you
The
mean?
money question. What
What's-
happens like if he retires?
I mean, he has some guarantees in his contract, doesn't he?
Yeah, but can you like spread those out? Like, can you be like, we'll pay these out for if he agrees, like for the rest of your life or whatever? If
I feel like that's
Like-
courteous.
doubt
we'll
it.
give you $2 million for the next 1,000 years.
They'll probably do
Quite
that.
honestly, I doubt it.
I
Well,
feel like they
Bobby
would want to do
Bonilla?
right by him. I mean, because Mike
I was in
McDaniel's
baseball all the time, you know.
pretty close with him. I think they would do that, especially because like there'd be so many eyeballs on
But
the
can they
situation.
do that? I don't know. That's the one thing about the NFL I know nothing about is
I mean, they
any
can
of the money
convert.
side.
They can convert stuff into signing bonuses, so surely they can spread it out.
That's true.
Oh yeah,
But
I'm sure they
didn't
can.
Luck have a contract before he retired?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
But
I think he
he's
was
like
just given his
like
guaranteed money.
He was just given the guarantee.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't too experienced when that situation
If
unfolded.
you were two, would you rather just keep your contract or if you had the option or have the money spread out?
Spread out easily, spread out.
Think so? I'd
Yeah,
rather just have it all now and then blow it
Because
off.
you're going from one lifestyle to another, like that's got to be such a drastic change.
I'd have it all now. Put it all on red.
Yeah.
Put it all on the Dolphins next week. Go Tyler Huntley.
Oh my gosh. I would confidently bet against the Dolphins every week with that money.
I was really worried it was going to be like worse than the concussion when it first went down. That was scary, like when it first happened, because like obviously we've seen it before, but no. I honestly do hope he retires. If not, I hope that doesn't happen again to him. He doesn't deserve that. Next, a bit of a not fun reunion. Kareem Hunt signing with the Chiefs today. Yep. We're not Chiefs fans, if you can't tell. Also, I kind of want to see Carson Steele ball out for a couple weeks.
I know.
I love watching him play. I love watching fullbacks. Give him like 20 carries a game.
I'm sure he'll still get carries.
What?
I'm sure he'll still get carries.
Yeah,
like he'll get 5 or 8. 5 to 8.
30. Give him 30 carries. 30 fullback dives. How tough would that be? Moving on to Wildcat. Justin Fields probably starting again for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Who cares? Except Darnell Washington caught a touchdown.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I was actually watching the game.
This next one, you will not recognize the name of this player, I don't think. But this is a really weird situation. So, Panthers outside linebacker Eku Leota, I think I'm saying
Leads the
that
team
right.
in sacks, yeah.
Yes, 1 sack, 3 tackles for loss. Got cut. He was an undrafted free agent, so it wasn't costing anything monetarily, really. Cut today. Waived, whatever the term is. He had a sack and 3 tackles for loss. What?
Does nobody else have a sack on the Panthers?
I think he's probably tied for the lead.
It's probably maybe he might have the only one.
But
that's possible.
But like, are they trying to tank? I mean, cutting a young player that is costing you nothing, that is playing really well. Like, are we serious right now? I don't understand the move at all. And what are they tanking? Do they have their first round pick this year?
Yeah, they don't have their second.
Oh gosh, yeah.
The Panthers clearly have it in line here. I trust them. I trust the whole organization.
Yeah.
This, man.
David Tepper.
Shout out David Tepper. Renowned good guy.
Everybody knows
renowned upstanding guy, David Tepper.
Yeah, the Panthers are going to be, man, I hope they relocate. Woof. Here's our Felipe Franks news. Former Florida University starting quarterback turned tight end. He is activated to the active roster.
He was week 1. He had 4 snaps week 1. Mm-hmm. He did not play week 2.
Yeah. Where's he at now? I forget.
It's Carolina.
Okay, yeah, I remember. A couple small pieces of news. Marshawn Lloyd, Packers running back, placed on IR with an ankle injury.
We don't care.
Jalen Reagor released former first-round pick from the Patriots.
Did you see his Instagram post?
Yes. It was like the meme of the nice car by the trailer park. Like he was like the best player on the team or something. Yeah. Like when they upset Cincinnati in week 1, it makes no sense.
Like maybe you post that the first time you get cut, but not the 20th. Bro.
Wait, was that after he got cut or before?
That was after he got cut.
It was after he got cut.
So that's pretty hilarious. And then one other funny cut. I promise news and notes is done after this. Chiefs tight end Peyton Hendershot was demoted to the practice squad. I think it was funny they traded for him, and then he pushed Roquan Smith down, got fined, and then got demoted to the practice squad. So that's hilarious. Yeah, that is all I have for news and notes. So any final thoughts, guys? Any notes on the games?
No.
No?
I don't watch the games.
You don't watch? That's why we brought you in, Logan. Yep. So we can go on to questions of the week. We're back with this segment. The first one, I think, is one we're going to be pretty in unison on. Won't take much time. What is the worst platform, app, website to play fantasy football on? Go. Anyone that wants to answer?
Oh, I got it.
Either NFL Fantasy or Yahoo's pretty bad.
I've never used Yahoo.
I've never used Yahoo as well.
And NFL Fantasy is my favorite. NFL Fantasy is my best
What?
because it's so
Are you
simple.
serious?
No.
I mean, it has the things you need and nothing more.
Stop it
And
right
nothing
now.
more.
It's the worst platform.
It's so simple.
The
The
worst.
worst is something you two are fanatics of.
What is
ESPN Fantasy is miserable.
It is so
It's
user friendly.
ugly.
Good.
It's ugly, which is something I care about. And it
Okay.
just stinks. It
Okay,
stinks.
let me hit you with the facts.
Blue.
Let me hit you with the facts. NFL Fantasy has the worst looking website. The app crashes
True.
constantly and it looks terrible.
Wait, no, way. I didn't
It
mean to
is
say true. I thought you were talking about
impossible.
ESPN.
You have to wait
ESPN
30,000 seconds for stats to load on NFL Fantasy. The app looks terrible. The website
App looks great.
terrible.
Okay.
It crashes during game day constantly.
Yes, that's the one big
That's
flaw.
the one. That's
If
the
they
most
fix the
one
important
big
thing.
If they fixed it not working ever, it would be perfect. Okay.
Graham,
And-
you can talk about how good ESPN is.
Oh, well, I was still tangenting.
No one cares.
Dude,
Okay.
ESPN puts in the work.
Yes.
They're updating everything constantly. They have new features all the time. And
No, they
it's-
don't. It hasn't changed in the 5 years we've used it.
You
That's
said
not
the
correct.
Website looks good. The website looks like the worst thing I've ever set my eyes on. It's just blue, and the player matchup stuff looks terrible.
Hmm,
They don't even
I
have
like
the
it.
pictures on the team tab. It's just like the team logo.
I never open it on my laptop. I've never, or on my, I've never opened it on a computer.
ESPN looks better.
Since-
Just looks better.
Well,
Also, I didn't get a draft grade from NFL Fantasy this year. I got a draft
It's
grade
in your
from you.
email.
I didn't see one.
I got one in my email. It's our
I don't
podcast email because
Oh.
our podcast has NFL Plus, so my fantasy account's on there.
Email in your questions. I like ESPN personally.
So
Sleeper's
sleeper all of
great.
our seconds, or sleeper your
Yeah.
fans first?
I'd say Sleeper's second.
What's your
It's-
first? Let's just rank them. There's four
Okay.
main ones, right?
Graham, you can go first.
I love
Right?
ESPN. Wait, what's the fourth?
Yahoo. Well, I guess don't rank
We don't
Yahoo.
use
'Cause-
we don't use Yahoo.
Yahoo's not. No.
My
so
dad was
just the
scary.
three. Just the
My dad
three.
loves Yahoo.
That's like a 50-year-old
I know.
thing,
My dad's been playing there since 2006.
My one of my professors keeps every time he talks about fantasy football as an example all the time, and he always
Yeah.
starts it with your Yahoo fan. He's like, "So you're checking your Yahoo fantasy football team, right?" It's like he's sponsored. It's crazy.
All right, sorry, Graham. Go ahead.
Yes, right, Graham.
With what?
Your ranking.
Yeah, give your top three.
Oh, my ranking?
You're
Okay,
only
top
three.
Okay, so sleeper's a bit much.
Mhm.
That's my
True.
only complaint. And it's really not user friendly. There's too many buttons.
Agreed.
I wish it wasn't also a betting app. I wish it was just fantasy app, and then they had a separate app for betting and stuff.
Yeah.
But I get it for their marketing. So I'm gonna put that at an easy 2, and ESPN's just the perfect in between. NFL fantasy sucks, so I already said that.
Okay. Joe, you got it.
Okay.
Because I
Thank
clearly have the hot takes here.
Thank you. I'm gonna go. Graham, I think you have the same ranking as me. ESPN is first. They have new features. The app and the website both look great. They don't crash that much. It's very user friendly for new users. It's super easy to use. They have a bunch of new features. It's my favorite. It's easy to set up a league, easy to set up a draft. My personal favorite. Sleeper is second. Graham, I agree with what you said. There's a lot on there. The thing is, there's stuff you can do in there you can't get anywhere else. Like, where else are you going to play Dynasty? Where else are you going to play Survivor Pools? Sleeper it's a lot, but it needs to be a lot because it provides such a great product.
I just
It's the
I'll get
least.
into it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm sure. But it's the most interesting, but it's the least user friendly, but it does the most. So if you're really into fantasy football, like stats, and you're more of you're looking at it every day, Sleeper is the way to go if you want to do a Dynasty League and any other league, really. NFL Fantasy, I don't like it. I've already talked about it. Logan, you go.
okay. 3, ESPN fantasy. Your guys is 1. I hate it. I think it's so ugly. I think it's so just bad. It stinks. It's also because you guys scarred me because the only league I have on there is with you guys, and you made it non-PPR for the first 3 seasons we
It's
did
PPR
it.
now.
I know it's PPR now, so it's better. And I'm also always awful. I feel like they
Yeah.
sabotage me. I'm so bad in that league.
You have
every
horrible
single time.
teams.
I dropped 140 this week. I dropped 140 this week and lost. Okay, and then sleeper, same thing. But I just don't want to do sleeper with people like anyone who doesn't even super know football. You
Yeah.
don't want to do it with.
Mhm.
I wouldn't do it with any of the leagues I know with people from real
Yeah.
life. It's all with random absolute dweebs. That's the only leagues I want on sleeper.
Yeah.
I didn't know if NFL fantasy is my one. I already went over my reasons.
Hmm.
Because it's simple. It's clean. Just sometimes it completely the first week of every season it doesn't work.
Yeah. The one thing I want to add about Sleeper, the fact that you can publicly advertise your leagues in like their channels for like a bunch of different like there's a dynasty channel, redraft, and like keeper, and a bunch of different channels. That's awesome. The fact that you can openly advertise your leagues, super creative, and it's a lot more of like customizable platform.
Yeah.
So that's the last thing I add about that. The last question, this will be a quick one. Who do you think the best team in the league is right now?
Saints.
Chiefs.
Hmm.
Their superstar quarterback just had one of the worst games of his career, and they still beat a playoff caliber team.
A playoff caliber team that lost to the Patriots.
Yeah, but they haven't had a good week one.
I
don't know.
I would say Chiefs as well because they always find a way to win. That's a team you don't want to play. One team I want to bring up. What do you guys think about the Buccaneers?
They're nice.
Are they top 5?
I feel like they're going to be inconsistent. They're going to have some. They're top 5. I think they could be 5.
Every good team lost this week. I feel like.
Yeah.
Like
the Buccaneers,
they did not. They beat the Lions.
Right.
Chiefs didn't.
Beating the Lions is huge.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like the Lions like crazy fell apart. It's just the Buccaneers played really well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I agree.
I think the Buccaneers were a playoff team and they got better.
Yeah,
and we've seen that's true of a lot of teams. I think that's true with the Lions too. Yeah, you could argue the Lions.
I think they may have gotten better, and we've seen now Baker Mayfield's not a fluke, not even close to a fluke. He's great. True. So we earned every bit of that contract, and honestly more. They got him on a discount. But I think the Buccaneers are approaching top 5 territory, and I think the one thing I agree they might be inconsistent, but I think we might be comparing them to what they've done in the past with Brady a bit too much, to the point where we're just assuming like they're not going to be as good now that everything's changed.
Yeah,
but they are incredibly consistent. That's what I'll say.
I saw today. I think they have the most wins of an NFC team since 2020.
That sounds right.
But with playoffs and everything, which is, did they have a losing season in between Brady and Baker?
I don't think so. Well, last year was their season between.
Oh yeah, or that was their only season. So yeah. They shout out to them. Everyone thought they were going to be awful, and then they kept going.
Yeah, maybe losing Dave Canales was the thing they needed. Then one last little question: best quarterback in the league right now? Go.
Mahomes.
Really?
Yes, he had one bad game. No. Come on, let's not.
The same amount of picks as touchdowns.
He's Patrick Mahomes, man.
I don't know.
He's gonna be the best. He's gonna be the best.
Exactly, he'll just be the best.
That's boring, though.
But right now, Derek Carr. Like if we're just talking first 2 weeks, Derek Carr, not close.
Derek Carr or the way Kyler Murray played last week.
Yes,
Kyler Murray had an insane game.
Oh my goodness. No, I would agree.
I think Derek Carr and Kyler are the top 2 through 2 weeks.
Yep. That's fair.
Shout out Clint Kubiak.
And Baker. Honestly, Baker.
Baker's played good. Sam Darnold's played really good.
Yes, he has.
Sam Darnold's played crazy good. It's so
if Matt Stafford had any help whatsoever, I think Stafford could be up there.
He has Jordan Whittington.
That offensive line and the receiver core. I mean, he has nothing now.
It's injuries, all injuries.
We'll talk about the Rams later too. Different part.
Anything else to add there, guys? It's question of the week.
No.
All right. What do you guys want to go to next? We can just start and sits if you want.
Let's just start and sits, yeah.
Okay, cool. Who wants to start?
I only have 2, so I'll start. On each. For starts, I have, for the rest of the season, JSN is their maybe the wide receiver 1 in Seattle. I think DK's got the big play stuff, but what do you have this week? 12 catches, 11 catches, something like that?
Who, JSN?
11.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, 11
and Geno's still great.
Yeah.
And, side note from that game is the Patriots aren't that bad. Maybe.
True.
There's a possibility.
We knew that when they played the Bengals.
No, because I was like, Bengals fluke game happens every year.
The thing is, like, usually when
who's out? They lost. Jawan
Bentley. Oh, Jawan Bentley, yes.
Which is a big loss.
Yep. The thing is, like, Brissett's playing to the point where, like, usually when you have those bridge quarterback to rookie quarterbacks, they're horrible to the point where you have to start the rookie. Brissett's been solid, which is, like, not something you see a lot.
I mean, that's just kind of Brissett's whole thing, though.
Yeah.
He can run, like, that's Tyrod Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys that can just come in and just do
Play ball.
run the offense.
Ball up
they're
top.
not expecting him to make like wild throws, but he's solid. Joe, what's yours first?
Dude,
Start.
ball up top. Phrase of the year. Graham, did you see that? Ball up top.
No, what are we talking about?
Good night. Well, we can talk about it later, I guess. I'll start with my start. This is off of gut. If you know me, this is my guy. And this is not off the matchup whatsoever. They're playing Jacksonville. That no one knows anything about Jacksonville's defense. No one cares. Like tell me one starter besides Aluakun on Jacksonville's defense. You can't.
I think there's a much
Don't
bigger
talk
name on their defense than
Nope.
Josh Hines Allen.
Nope.
Maybe.
Start Dalton Kincaid this week.
Oh,
Because he's the next Travis Kelce. And I will never stop believing in him. And he's amazing player.
Travis Kelce had one catch for 5 yards.
He
He was the
ramped it
next
up.
Travis Kelce.
He, compared to all the other tight ends in the league, had a solid game this week, about 7 fantasy points.
Brock Bowers had like 100 yards.
Yeah, I say compared to all the
And
other
my
tight ends,
next start had a much better game.
Dalton Kincaid is going to bring it up. It's a gut start. Throw him in your lineup. That's what I got. Graham?
My first start is going to be okay. So I kind of put this one down. Like, obviously you're starting him now, but he's kind of drafted as a tight end too, and we just talked about him. So it's Brock Bowers.
Okay.
Obviously start him. But
Just for the rest of the season?
drafted a different guy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm thinking he's your guy now.
Yeah.
Maybe I have a league where I drafted Njoku first and then Bowers.
Mm.
Njoku's never going to start. Ever,
Njoku's off my team.
realistically. Yeah. So, Brock Bowers definitely start, and he's playing Carolina. So
Oh, man.
easy dubs.
Yeah, easy dubs. Logan?
I won starting Taysom Hill this week
Mm.
because Njoku was out. But I picked up a new tight end this week because I didn't feel like dealing with Njoku's injuries.
Mm.
And that is my next guy on this list. Hunter Henry put up 8 catches for 109 yards this week.
Mm.
He's a tight end one. League winner right there. Don't actually quote me on that. He might just be the next Dalton Schultz. But,
Who they play? Raiders?
yeah, no.
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 I should probably
Jets.
look
They
at
play
that.
the Jets. They play the Jets.
Yeah.
Yeah, start him. I didn't even look at the matchup. I just said Hunter Henry. Start
Nice.
him.
Quick
I
shout
hate
out.
the Jets.
Quick shout out. You know who's been phenomenal this year? It's Mike Gesicki. Just wanted to throw that out there. He had a
Should have
touchdown.
had touchdown.
Yes, the league said they should not have called the touchdown back that week 1. He's been great. Mike Gesicki on the Bengals look great. Anyways, he's not my next start. Pick him up though. I have put a waiver claim for him in like 2 leagues. My next start is Rashid Shaheed versus the Philadelphia Eagles. This dude's been going off.
I almost put him in my sits.
Really?
Yeah.
The Eagles secondary is not great. Obviously, Quinton Mitchell's been solid, but the rest of the guys, Rashid Shaheed's been the scheme has been benefiting him a lot for the first 2 weeks, and he's had some absolutely long touchdowns. He might be the wide receiver 1 in New Orleans over Chris Olave, but no, Rashid Shaheed excelling in this new offense with Clint Kubiak as offensive coordinator. Starting this week, he's put up 20 plus fantasy points in both weeks so far. I think he'll succeed. So, all right,
Graham, you go. I'm going to switch my laundry. I don't care what you have to say.
Okay, so I'm just going to do the rest of my starts because I don't know why we're doing one by one. I've got David Montgomery against Arizona. You may be tempted to sit him because, I don't know, it's been looking a little weird with Gibbs, and their carries have been kind of inconsistent, but it's low. But I think David Montgomery's going to get that consistent touchdown, and I don't think that's going to stop against Arizona.
I think the same about Derrick Henry, honestly.
Yeah. And Derrick Henry had started off so bad. Yeah. The other night, and then just ended out fine. So.
Both games started off bad. Actually, ended bad in the first week. Who's the other one?
I mean, he had 8 carries for 7 yards.
Yeah, that was horrible. As a Derrick Henry owner, that was rough.
My last start is Brian Robinson against the Bengals. I think he is a very valuable weapon in that offense now. Clearly, they're not using their wide receivers very well. And then an honorable mention is Raiders defense because they play the Panthers. So,
I picked them up in a couple leagues. I also picked up the Tampa Bay defense playing Denver this week in a couple leagues. My final start here is Brian Thomas Jr. He's had a great start to his career in Jacksonville. He's a big play threat, and I think he's got a great chance to be a home run hitter, just like Jameson Williams in a sense, every week. Start him against this Buffalo defense if you have a flex spot open. That's what I've been doing personally. So yeah, that's my last start. So we can move into sits. I'll go ahead and start it off. Might as well, because this one is in tandem.
I don't like that.
You don't like that? Why?
Brian Thomas Jr. has had 4 targets in both games, and if he didn't have a touchdown, he would have sub 10 points.
Yeah, that's risky. That's risky, man.
Agreed. It's risky, but I'm doing it.
Weird start.
I don't care. Gotta have a risky. Gotta throw a risky one in there. All right.
I guess.
Dalton Kincaid, Rashid Shaheed, Brian Thomas Jr. We're living on the edge, baby. But
yeah, those are all really risky.
I know. He's a home run threat, and if he doesn't do that well, I don't care. Christian Kirk is a sit for me in tandem. He has not done very well the first couple weeks. He had a terrible week this past week, and really has not looked like a huge part of the offense so far. Or at least, even if he's getting some targets, like they haven't been like getting the ball to him very successfully in general. Also, there's just more targets in the offense now. Evan Ingram will probably play this week, and yeah, Brian Thomas Jr. I think will have a solid week. So I would sit Christian Kirk until further notice. That's my first one.
Yep.
Calvin Ridley versus Green Bay. Ridley had a great week last week, but I think the offense is going to have way too many turnovers. And the Green Bay defense looked pretty good last week. I don't think they're going to be able to get the ball to Ridley consistently. He only has like 7 receptions so far, which isn't bad, but I think if you're looking for a guy to start, you're going to want to either have you're going to want to have him in an offense that isn't going to be turning over the ball as much as Tennessee is, or as much as Tennessee has. I don't know if Levis is going to be starting there much longer, so I wouldn't trust Calvin Ridley as a consistent fantasy presence. And then my last sit is Michael Pittman Jr. versus Chicago with a heavy heart. Yep. Love Michael Pittman Jr.
Just drop him.
No, come on.
Honestly.
But Anthony Richardson, great week 1,
Bum.
very inconsistent week 2, and they're playing really good.
Week 1 at best.
Dude,
Come on.
I thought we went over this. It wasn't a great week 1.
It was a great week 1 in my eyes.
He had 1 good throw. Okay.
2 good throws. Come on, no, 3.
1 good throw, Merchant. Oh, whoa. Okay.
No, your quarterback is Bo Nix.
Oh, I'm not saying anything about my quarterback.
There are three good passes out of 9. That's pretty good.
I know.
Yeah,
right?
true. That's a high percentage.
I know. Anyways, they're playing a really good defense, and Pittman, weirdly enough, has not been the number 1 target so far. Or at least they've been, not the number 1 target so far. It seems to be Alec Pierce. So I would sit him until further notice until the offense can get more consistent. So those are my sits.
Isn't Josh Downs coming back?
Yes.
Is it this week?
Probably this week.
Ooh, fun.
And Alec Pierce has been balling. So that's all I got.
I can go ahead and do my sits. So here's a permanent sit. Deontay Johnson. I know you guys drafted him with some hopes, probably in a flex spot, honestly, is what I've seen a lot of. In a flex spot is just crazy. He has no hope.
Yeah.
He had a decent week this week,
He's
didn't
going
he?
to score. No.
Oh, I thought he
He
did.
had like 6 points. Like he's not cooking at all. It's like it reminds me of when he was in Pittsburgh and had that super long stretch without a touchdown. I had him during that stretch.
He did have a bad week.
And
Yeah,
he's a bum.
do you think you should hold on to him though? Is it?
Yes.
Where's the panic meter? Is the panic meter?
Panic meter's pretty darn high, I'd say.
Well, I picked him up off of waivers, so I am pretty happy about that.
Bold.
I think you should hold on to it because completely new quarterback and everything.
My second one is Jalen Waddle against Seattle. I do not like their quarterback situation, and I do not like the Seattle cornerback room while playing against them. And then my last sit is DeAndre Swift. And the only reason he's a sit is because you may be tempted to get this good matchup against the Rams defense, who's been pretty bad against the
Colts.
Colts
Do
defense.
not be tempted.
Colts
It's
defense.
the Colts.
Colts?
Who's also been despicable
Colts
against the
defense.
run.
Yeah. Colts defense gets the run real bad. Don't start him, man. He's not going to do well.
Let me take a victory lap. I told everyone DeAndre Swift was being drafted way too high on ADP. So
Hey, too early.
yeah, but he's so overrated. Anyways, I won't talk anymore. Logan.
Me? Oh, I only have 2 again. Najee Harris versus the Chargers. I think this could be a blowout. I believe in the Chargers.
Wow.
And the Saints are bad. The Saints are bad. Not Saints. Steelers. We're on a rough stretch
Dang.
right now, man. Rough stretch. First step. But, yeah. The Steelers are horrible. That offense is miserable. Only reason they won this week is because they played the only offense worse than them.
Broncos Steelers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That game is awful.
The
But, yeah,
epitome
no,
of
they're going to have to
week
throw the game a lot because I think they're going to go down big early. And I think also that's a really good defense. Just a really good defense. Sit them. And then my second, this is off an absolute whim. J.K. Dobbins has been doing too good. It's time.
Oh.
It's
Oh,
time
yeah.
for the J.K. Dobbins down game.
The bus.
Same game. I didn't even realize that's the same game.
Yeah.
Steelers I kind of like went down this row and I was like, oh, that player, who do they play? And I went down this row, that player, who do they play? But yeah, the Steelers defense is also good. Well, wow.
Gus Edwards season.
But yeah, no. J.K. Dobbins, that's just off of a whim. He's been doing too good. It's time to be worse. It's time to be bad, J.K. Come home.
Come home.
You're not being yourself. You're not being
Mediocrity.
yourself. And guess what? Their wide receiver 4 is a better player than J.K. Dobbins.
Lad?
Name's Kamani Vidal. I didn't mean wide receiver. I meant
Yeah,
wide
I was gonna say.
Who's their running back 3 that's been playing over him? It's a better better pass blocker. I don't remember who it is.
I don't know. You know who's a good pass blocker? Justice Hill. Just wanted to shout him out.
Justice Hill's looking good.
Yeah, I know. When Keaton Mitchell comes back, oof, that offense is
he's
gonna be
screwed.
explosive.
He is screwed.
Also, Quentin Johnston breakout. That's crazy.
Nope.
Not on my bingo card.
Good game. He's going to be the worst player ever.
Are we ready for upset of the week?
Yes, we are.
All right. Logan, are you still here?
Yeah,
Okay.
just excited.
Okay, Logan, you can go first.
Good. Give me Andy Dalton and the Carolina Panthers over those bums down in Las Vegas. Okay, I don't even know
Bro.
who's the home field here. It doesn't
What a
matter.
turnaround that would be, beating Baltimore.
No one's
and losing
showing
to
up to this
Carolina.
game.
Yeah.
But no, not Baltimore.
They beat Baltimore.
The 49ers.
Oh, I thought you meant
No.
they were playing Baltimore. No. Yeah, no. Where's this game? It's in Las Vegas. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Wow.
The Panthers are winning. Score prediction.
Let me give you the Panthers score real fast. 3. It's not going to be more than 3.
0.
It will be 17-13 Panthers.
That is
You think the
brutal.
Panthers offense scored 17
Yes,
points?
I do. Because it's no. Whoa. I give J.C. Horn pick 6.
Oh,
Lock it in. If you're gambling, put these bets in. Put this parlay in right now. J.C. Horn pick 6.
Sure.
All right. Fumble. Who's gonna fumble? Zamir White already has one.
Madison's gonna fumble. Come on.
No.
Minshew.
Jacoby Myers is gonna fumble. He's gonna catch a crosser about 50-yard line. Ball punched out. This is end of the game.
That always happens to him.
That's not. Yeah, that's how that game's gonna end.
Mm.
Okay, and a blocked punt's gonna get them in scoring age. Andy Dalton to Tommy Trimble in the end zone. And that's how they're gonna score their 2 touchdowns that they get.
Tommy Trumbull, dog. Lock of the week is in with Logan Hackman. I'm gonna go next. This is with a heavy heart. I don't like picking against this team because I love this team, but I like Arizona's odds +3 to beat Detroit. Detroit has looked fine through 2 weeks. Arizona has looked really good. They played Buffalo darn close, and they just offensively demolished the Los Angeles Rams, who, again, are understaffed, but, 41 points is ridiculous. The offense has figured it out. The run game is good. The passing game is great. Kyler Murray is playing like he never got hurt. They have options all over the place, and the defense has looked good. Buda Baker played a really good game on Sunday. Dennis Gardeck had 3 sacks. These are names that may not be household names that are putting up really good numbers. So I am willing to take the bet on Arizona over Detroit.
That game's going to show a lot, I feel, about
Yes.
both of those teams.
Yes, just like any team the Lions seem to play is like the biggest implication game of all time.
Yeah.
Graham?
Good benchmark team there.
Mine
Yeah.
is a guarantee. It's 100% going to happen. The Saints will beat the Eagles. It's going to be the same result as we've seen.
Yeah.
The Saints played a great game last week, and the Eagles played a mediocre game last week. I think that the Eagles are not a very good team. I think they're outside of my top 10, I would say. That's also a little biased.
Like just outside your top 10?
Yeah.
I think they
But
probably are around 10 for me.
Yeah.
Panthers or
Somewhere in that
Eagles?
To be that's tough. Let me think. Well, honestly, who's better, Andy Dalton, Jalen Hurts? That's a toss-up. I think Jalen Hurts is the worst player I've ever seen.
Do you think?
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I say Saints win that one.
All right, fair. I like the gutsy pick there from Logan. We can move on to our fun segment of the week.
It's not
Graham?
fun.
It's not that fun.
All right, so this week's fun segment is I don't know if you guys have noticed, but
I have.
kickers have been scoring a lot of points.
Yeah.
A lot of points. They've been changing the outcomes of fantasy games drastically. So I think kickers' jobs are looking a little too easy for some of them. We here are coming up with 2 ways each to make their jobs harder. So who wants to kick us off here?
I've got it.
All right.
Okay, so first way. Ready? Each team now has 2 kickers on the team. And so you each send them out. You send them out to each hash mark, and they both have to kick at the same time. And they both have to make it. Or it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can get like one. You can get half credit. You know, like 1.5
Half a
points
point.
if one makes it. Yeah,
Okay.
Half a point.
What about extra points?
same thing. Yeah,
Half points?
yeah. Maybe
No.
maybe the other team gets a
It's
point
like-
if one.
Oh.
It's like a really weird number, so we get like super weird decimals in the scoreboards and stuff.
4
It's like
points?
0.114.
Oh, nice.
4 points. Yeah.
Mine is, like in the old timey prisons, the prisoners would have to wear the ball and chain.
Yeah. The ball and chain, good old ball and chain.
I think we should attach one of those to the kicker's non-kicking leg.
Oh yeah, that's still
And-
I
doable
would say
though.
kicking leg.
No, because my second one involves the kicking leg,
Oh,
so I can't give it up. But I think we should attach a prisoner-style ball and chain to the non-kicking leg of the kicker, so they kind of have to drag it forward when they run forward to kick, and then just basically plant and kick.
That's kind of how they used to kick though. Like they didn't really step. They kind of just sat still and
Give it to us.
I don't think they really had much of a
That's
run
true.
up back in the day.
But yeah, that's my idea. I think it would make kicking a lot less rewarding and horrible. So, yeah.
So for my first one, this one's pretty simple. I'm not changing too much of the normal football experience, but I think that the opposing team during a field goal should have free reign over the aux cord for the entire stadium. They can play whatever they want. And what I envision here is like, you know how sometimes like
The
players get
aux
into like
cord?
legal trouble, like Tyreek Hill got arrested before the game. What if like somebody got arrested and they just play siren sounds like to ice?
Brandon McManus,
Or
Oh,
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Or
notably
like,
great
I don't
guy.
know, somebody gets in like a minor car crash and they play like car crash sounds, something like that. I don't know, just to phase them out.
okay.
That's my idea.
Just like something deeply personal.
Yeah, like they really pry. I mean, this is a big thing.
This is most of their scouting the week before.
You're
Or maybe,
digging
like,
through old tweets of
They're
theirs.
just- They record the kicker's daughter saying like, "You're gonna make it, right, Dad?" Like, stuff like that.
Also,
I'll be so sad if you don't make it.
I love that you brought up. The stadium aux cord. Like every stadium has an aux.
Yeah. There's one that they drop from the middle.
It's just like sticking out on like one random wall, and everyone's trying to plug their phones into it.
Yeah.
Logan, you got another?
Okay, so this one, right now, and this is theoretical, the kicking team gets 3 people on the field, and the defense only gets 1 person on the field. But those 3 people are still long snapper, holder, kicker. And the other guys get to send out whoever they want. And it still has to be a long snapper build. That's required.
Okay.
So you can't send out an offensive lineman. So like they can send, like the Steelers could send out TJ Watt against some like
Oh man,
6 foot 240 like future UPS employee.
Ugh. That's
That
brutal,
would be interesting.
especially because like
And it's close. It's like 5 yards behind. Like they aren't long snapping anymore. They're just kind of throwing it back there. He throws him out of the way, smacks it.
dude, am I the only one that like winces whenever a punt is blocked? Because I feel like I'm always worried the
Yes.
punter's gonna break his leg. Like, dude,
Well,
Ryan. I think
they
Titans
always act
punter.
like they get hurt.
Titans punter Ryan Stonehouse has been blocked like 4 times in the last 2 years. I'm not even joking. Twice in the first 2 weeks this year, which is crazy. I just wince every time. Anyways, Logan, that's a good one. My next one. Okay, this one kind of pick your poison here. So all game-winning kicks, only game-winning kicks, must be attempted either with the non-dominant leg, or you can attempt it with your dominant leg, but you have to like run backwards and kick with the bottom of your foot, and you're not even looking at the goalpost.
Oh,
So like way worse.
so you mean like completely backwards or left-footed? Okay.
I think you could learn how to switch kick, you know?
But like you're just backwards and like you're hitting it with the bottom of your foot.
No, I'm talking like if you just want to kick with your non-dominant. You know?
Exactly.
Like, a lot of soccer players know how to kick it with both, and that's where they're from, you know? There's Australians.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon Aubrey would be a stud. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, he did play soccer,
Is
didn't
he American?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Are there many non-American kickers, or is that all punters?
That's mostly in college, I feel like. That are
No, well,
non-American.
there's quite a few Australian punters in the
No, I'm
league.
saying kickers.
Oh, yeah. But is there any Australian kickers in the league? Or is it all punters?
To my knowledge.
'Cause I
knew
can't think of any.
wasn't it like Harry Kane wanted to come over and kick? I think that was the thing.
That would have been weird.
I know. Yeah, that's mine.
Well, all right, my second one. It's pretty basic, honestly. The opposing team still has the 11 men on the field, but only the kicker can be on the field for the field goal. No blockers, no nothing. And there's a 3-minute pause where the kicker has to stare down the opposing team and just like look into their eyes, and they can do like the rugby chants and stuff like that.
Oh,
New
yeah.
Zealand.
What's it called?
Haka? Is it
Haka?
Haka?
Yeah, the haka.
I was literally gonna
they
say
can do,
that.
like, a haka to completely ice him out, and then they do have to line up 7 yards further back, but then they just sprint right at him.
Oh, man.
Right at
I
him.
wonder if that, like, how big of a gap that makes. Like, is that still going to be like you're going to
I
make
don't know. Yeah,
more
I
than
feel
you
like
miss?
they'll
wanna
miss
make
Then you
it.
get blocked?
They'll just miss.
I didn't want
So
to
you
make
just
it
never
10 'cause I
attempt
feel
field
like
goals
that's
if
too
that's-
much.
Yes, that's correct. Never attempt field goals.
So,
I feel like
okay.
you can get it off because
Yeah, I
remember
think-
there's no other player on the field, so it's just from a
14 yards away.
It's not
It's
gonna
from a
be
tee.
snap and then a hold. It's from a tee. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You
14
can do
yards
that.
away.
I mean, you could do a really small run up.
Yeah, like from close, I feel like you're fine. It's just like when you get.
So
Okay.
would you
Yeah, you gotta kick
would you
the
put
run
the
up.
biggest players for like the intimidation beforehand, or the fastest players for the actual?
No, I'm
block?
just putting all fast players, honestly.
Okay.
Okay, if you want to kick really analytical question here. If you want to kick a field goal inside the 4-yard line, where do they stand then? Because will they be out of bounds?
Ooh.
Nah, it's just no good.
Okay, you can't. You can't.
If they attempt
You
it,
can't kick
it's
a field
run
goal
down.
We don't
inside of
tell
the
them.
4.
We don't tell them that until they
Yeah.
try it.
Then
No,
you
it's
pull
no
out the
good.
rule book. You're like, oh, you
You
can't
lose.
do that.
That's a game winner. And you like train to kick backwards for Joe's rule too. I got this, guys. And then his little girl over the ox. Dad, you're gonna make it, right?
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. That was awesome. I forgot about this segment. Super quick. Logan, give us your start sit exemption list. Is that still?
Oh yeah,
continuing?
it's the Rams. Fun fact.
Every player on the Rams.
I know. One of you is gonna pull out a little dirty, like, actually, Tutu Atwell
Okay.
could have been
Jordan
very big
Whittington.
upside. No, I'm not doing any of that. I'm not
Williams.
because there's too many injuries. I'm not talking about any Rams players. This
Kyron
year.
Williams.
Nope. Everyone's either gonna start him.
He's been
unless
mid
bad.
so far. He's been mid.
Yeah, the whole team's mid, so that's why I'm not talking about
He
it.
had 15 points both weeks.
I would
Mid.
consider Colby
Touchdown
Parkinson.
merchant.
I almost started Colby Parkinson. I was like, no, he's on the
I
Rams.
did this week. It was not good.
You started him
Yeah,
this
that's-
week?
Yeah, and like I had to because Njoku was out.
Well, I started Taysom Hill, and he got
But
hurt.
he was everyone's go grab Colby Parkinson off the and I'm really I
That's
should
Hunter
have
Henry.
got Mike Gesicki's the dog now, I guess. Last segment, Keaton Mitchell update. We will wait until week 4 to see on the field status. Off the field status, he remains a
I
baller.
think I know the answer to the week 4 question.
What do you mean?
What?
Is it supposed to be like late in the season?
Is it?
I don't
mean-
think.
we can have hope.
He's had more than an off season.
I guess. Hey, come back now.
They're gonna make an exemption. He can come back today. They're gonna move the game to today.
Dude, in a boot, I think he's better than current
Yes.
Derrick Henry. Not
Yes.
gonna
That's fair
Yeah.
to say.
You could have
On
stopped
crutches?
it at better than because he's better than everyone. So
lie.
I totally agree.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, fellas. Anything else?
Quick question.
I don't
Sure.
think so. Okay.
How many yards could Keaton Mitchell get? 2 boots on, but he's playing against Pee-wee football. He's playing Pee-wee football. How many yards can he get?
Is there a
game.
limit? Is there like a limit?
No.
All of them.
He's boots though. And his what was it? His ACL? Was it his ACL? Or
Achilles.
Achilles?
No,
His
ACL,
Achilles still
yeah.
is torn. Oh, it's ACL. His
Yeah.
ACL's still gone. Like this
Is
is
there-
right after injury.
I would say no limit, infinity.
Okay. Limit?
He just starts running. And
There's a
makes it
limit.
back to where he
No,
was.
there's no limit.
No, what if there was a limit?
There's
What
not.
would it be? What
Sorry.
would the limit be? What would you
There's
make
not.
the limit?
Limit?
Sorry. That's my
I mean,
that's
how
my
long
answer.
is he gotta live? How long can you run
I don't
in
know.
your entire lifetime? 'Cause that's
I guess
what he's
that's
gonna
my
do.
answer.
How much?
How long he
How many
lived.
yards could you run against no ACL?
Less than Keaton.
But it doesn't
Mitchell.
hurt.
ACL,
It doesn't
not
hurt.
very
It doesn't
much.
hurt.
It doesn't hurt.
Like it just isn't there. So your legs like really flopping. You're kind of so you're basically hopping on one leg against like 5-year-olds.
Against an
We'll
entire-
lower the age. 5-year-olds,
Do they have to bring it to
11
the ground?
yeah, one leg. I feel like it's
Okay,
harder than you
the thing
think.
is, if I
50
use-
yards.
Full game,
use all
full game.
my
You think you
energy-
need 50 yards?
Yeah, because
Uh,
like my
How
leg
many
would give
carries?
out. The leg would give out.
Well, no, you don't have to use that leg.
But you
Like,
kind
You're
of
kind of just jumping. Like you're kind of just.
I
like
could
you're
go
kinda carrying the ball
I
like
think I
this,
can-
you know.
I think
10
I can
carries,
1
50
foot
yards.
Out a hop.
And you're the coach too, so you can give the ball to yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
I would just 10 carries, 50 yards.
I think you think you'd only average 5 yards against 5-year-olds.
Yeah, because they would like just touch me and I would lose my balance. Like you're hopping on one.
I think I'm
leg.
a very balanced person. I think I can get 100 yards.
You think that till you tear your ACL and you're playing against 105-year-olds.
Yeah, but I don't feel it. Remember, it's numbed.
Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face by a
It's
5-year-old.
not 105-year-olds. It's 11.
I'm gonna
Is
get
it?
tape my entire leg.
I'll just cut off my leg and make it a peg leg.
True. I would like tape my leg like shut. You know, so it's like fully.
I would take out my other ACL just so it's even. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I got this.
All right. What a way to end. Anything else?
No?
I'm just uploading this thing when edited. Real talk.
Are we? Yeah.
Real talk, yeah.
We are podcast by committee. You guys are a committee. Psyched to be back. Excited for next week. Thanks for tuning back in. Tell your friends we're back.
And your family.
Yeah, and your
Yeah, I
family
love
and your neighbors.
We will unestrange your family. Guaranteed.
that.
We will settle that dispute.
Wow.
We would also like to announce we're running for president, the three of us.
Yep.
We're going to start our campaign in November. But yeah, thanks for listening. Have a great week. Peace out, squad.